MCMI. Drop a gem on it.
MCMI Radio. Real hip hop, real talk.
Yo, it's your boy DJ Enough Big Spanish, and you're checking out Brooklyn's finest
GMS.
MCMIReport.com.
MCMI Radio, 6-man radio.
Yeah.
CMS with the bad seed over here.
Corey Bad Seed Pierson. You know,
Corey Bad Seed Pierson. That's right. We need a full name now because you're not just rapping anymore. You have so many hats. You probably got a big hat collection in your house. You're like, all right, I'm an actor today. Let me put this one on. All right, no, I'm a writer. No, I'm directing this, so I'm going to put my director's hat on.
Yeah, we got snapback fitted, bucket hats, visors, beanie hats,
fedora here and there, you know.
Fedora, top hats, you know. All
Yeah, we haven't had one of these conversations in like a year since the 6-man radio was popping. I had the MCMI show on there.
Yeah.
It's been a year?
It's been over a year.
You've been doing a lot of stuff lately, and I was like, I got to resurrect MCMI Radio. I mean, we did about 52 episodes of the show back then with you guys, but, you know, I ran out of time to do it every week. I'm in college getting my second master's. I got my day job. I'm making music, doing label stuff. I just couldn't keep it up, but I brought it out of retirement for this, man, because some big things happening, and I definitely wanted to share it with the MCMI fam, and definitely want to talk to you about a lot of these things.
First off, before we even go forward, R.I.P. PH. You already know, he's
Yes.
in our heart and prayers, and he's included in everything we do, man. So, shout out to our brother. We love you and we miss you, man. Everything we do henceforward is for you, right? So, hope you're up
Definitely
there cheesing.
And we've been working on music behind the scenes. We've been working on some music to put together, to put out a release in dedication to PH, Bad Seed, myself, the rest of the Plague. Shout out to the Plague. And, that's definitely something that, unfortunately this tragic event brought us together, but it definitely has brought the family more tight-knit to realize that you never know when it's your time, and to stop procrastinating and make sure that you're building with your fam and you're getting stuff done and you're telling people you love them and stuff like that. So It really has tightened up all of our game, the loss of our brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5th Avenue and DeGraw Street in Park Slope, Brooklyn will officially be codenamed Robert P.H. Diaz Way. Love you forever. Brooklyn loves you forever. Hip-hop loves you forever. We here, nigga, P.H.
Yeah. Yo, I still have my moments, G. Like there's times where, everything will be all good, right? All good. And then I'll just be sitting there and I'll just see him smiling in my head and saying something, and I'll just lose it, yo. We definitely lost.
I feel you, man. Same thing here, especially it's hard. We got a lot of friends on social media, and the PH photos pop up. Sometimes they're linked with Jay Arch. Sometimes Sean Price. Shout out to them as well. Sometimes they put all of them together because they were all boys. And it just hits you heavy when you see that, There's a lot of good stuff to smile about as well. His family is doing well. His children are really happy right now, and we're trying to keep it that way.
What you know about PH, bro? What you really know? Every night I think about Swabe's pain as he suffers. People don't know. On the West Coast, we love PH like no other. Man, I used to talk to him on the phone for hours. We used to really relate to each other. Man, PH was unique. He never hated on people, discriminated because of their race or their color. Yo, Lush even knows. Whenever he came to the Bay, you guys stayed with each other. Look at me, Nick. Look at me, Nick. You know PH is our brother. Even when the East hated our guts, he never changed like a sucker. Him and Swave are the only ones who kept it real with us out of all those fake motherfuckers. And that's what makes this shit tougher.
We got to move forward, move on to the future.
Yeah, and also, I've been speaking to Shantae, PH's wife. We gonna be putting young Raiden in a couple films, man, because he got it. So coming soon. So we definitely spoke about that. So that will be happening. Yeah,
because he has been acting. He's done a couple things already, and he loves it. He really wants to go that way. So
He got it, man. He's got it.
Yes, sir. You can tell when you see him on stage. Even he never rapped before. Remember that day in Central Park when we did the dedication at RockSteady? He never really rhymed for anyone before. We told him, yo, you got to perform one of the songs, and he was with it. And he came out, and he had such energy and such joy and such passion for it. In the photographs and the video, you can just see, like you said, he has that thing. He has it. You know what I mean?
And the dope part about it is, that experience is so dope because, bruh, I performed on stages all over the world. And that was my first time doing summer stage in Central Park, and I'm 40.
Myself as well.
And he knocked that out. You feel me? So,
yep.
Shout to him, man. He surpassed a lot of us already.
He certainly has, right? His first show. His summer stage is like our most recent show. Our recent accomplishment of finally getting to summer stage, right?
That's crazy, man. Shout to Raiden, man.
A lot of good things in store for those kids, and Royce, too, and the daughter on the way. So blessings to them. But, Seed, I'm sure people know by now if they listen to Six Man Radio, if they follow MCMI Report, if they know you personally or know me personally, they know we came up together on the hip-hop scene. We've known each other for years, and you put out tons of great music, but the reason why I wanted to talk to you now and bring MCMI Radio back out of retirement for this one episode is all of a sudden you're a film director now, doing movies, web series, acting, writing, so, I saw it when you first started with the Book of Job. I don't know if there was something before that, but why don't you just take us to the beginning? Like, when did this start coming about? You know what I mean? We've known you as a rapper. When did it actually start where you started to do this other stuff?
Well, the thing is about entertainment is, it's all about not limiting yourself, You got to be able to, like you said, wear a bunch of hats. Our job is to entertain.
Right.
When you get to a certain point where you feel like you've done damn near everything, it's like, well, what else are you going to do? Now, I mean, I'm not Jay-Z. I haven't blown up. I haven't done, you know what I'm saying? I still have yet to blow. However, you know what I mean? I have had a lot of successes, was responsible for a lot of platinum artists being who they are today. Like, without 2675 did not occur and I was not born, a lot of things wouldn't be in play today. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the things that I've contributed to hip hop and the things that I've experienced, the people that I've met, such as yourself and the rest of the family and even PH, you know what I'm saying? Because without the music I wouldn't have known him, and his spirit and his soul. So that I'll always love that. But when you get to a certain point, it gets to, the rapping just ain't cool no more. I don't even think it's so much of an age thing. I just think it's a what people want thing. I think that making music is an intangible now. It's no longer your primary skill. That turns into your secondary or your tertiary skill. There was a time where you could meet a girl and be like, hey, I rap. She'd be like, oh, my God, you rhyme? Put my name in the rap. But now you meet a girl, let me guess, you rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really special anymore. It's not really anything really cool about it because everybody
does it.
Right. Yeah, so now it's like, okay, well, redirect. What do you want to do? I had a conversation with myself, and I said, listen, I know I don't want to leave entertainment. Did a film called Darkness Before Dawn up in Albany. It really wasn't a stretch. It was the character was a guy named Trent, who he was a street guy, real charismatic and funny, fly dude. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a far stretch from who I was, but I liked it. But I wanted to stretch out and do other things. I was interested, so I ended up doing a web series with my man Nicky Black. Shout out to him, 6 Man Films. We did When a Man's Fed Up, and that completely turned me out. That completely turned me out.
Can I ask you something? When you say I did, what was your role in that? Were you one of the characters? Were you a writer?
Well, see, when a man set up part one, I was just acting in it. But then what ended up happening was, I had invested so much into it as far as promo, and I took on the project like I was really proud of it. So the guy Nicky Black and I, got together. He was like, "Listen, I need part 2 done. Why don't you come in as a writer?" So I came in as a writer on part 2. While we were doing that, first of all, we were doing we were doing When a Man's Fed Up, part 1. During that time, it was the worst year of my life, 2013. I got hit by a car, a hit and run. Like the guy was texting. Right. I saw his eyes right before he hit me. He hit me. I flew up in the air about 3 feet, hit the ground, stuff threw my hands up. I thought somebody snuffed me. You know what I'm saying? But I was hit by a car. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? My whole left side was sprained. Matter of fact, it's funny because that Friday I was supposed to I got hit on Monday. That Friday was PH's birthday party that I came down to perform at. And then that Sunday,
I remember you telling us about that.
Right. And then that Sunday I was shooting. It was day 1 of shooting for When a Man's Fed Up Part 1. That Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So
were you able to shoot even though you were in pain?
Fam. I got hit Monday. I rehabilitated myself. I was making myself walk up and down the steps, telling myself, do it, to the point where I was there performing Friday. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, I know a lot of people, they might not be religious or anything like that. Well, I am. I grew up in the church. I'm not super duper deacon or nothing like that, but, I grew up in the church. I knew the word of God. So, God came to me and said, listen, man, I could have took you. Your faith, you walking around feeling like you're my practical joke. Really? Well, I could have took you. I had my arms around you. Know who I am. Know that I could have taken you out of here. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to spread my word about faith. Book of Job. I was obedient. I wrote Book of Job, episode 1.
Wow, okay.
I thought
that was the first thing I saw of yours. Now I'm going to go back. Other people who are listening to this and research When a Man's Fed Up. But my first time seeing you acting was in Book of Job. And I thought that was your first venture into it. But that was your first venture into writing your own. You were helping your man write his part too.
Right.
Okay.
And the funny thing about it is how Book of Job was actually going to happen. At first, it was going to be an album. I was talking to Focus, which is one of Dr. Dre's ghost producers. I was talking to him, and he's got faith in the word too, and he was interested in producing the whole project. So we was going to do a whole Book of Job project, a story like a concept album from top to bottom. Problem is that he was very, very, very busy. He was working on the Mythical Detox album and all of that. Shout out to him because he got some shit on Dre's new album.
On the Compelled.
But he got some joints. He got a couple of joints on there. But we ended up, it just didn't happen, and then it turned into the film. And so then Book of Job happened, and I did part 2.
But wait, don't rush past that. What was the turning point where you were like, okay, you know what, this is not enough? Did you start to write a song, or you just thought you'd make an album and then never did?
Well, it was gonna be an album, but then Duke got so busy. You know how it is as an
so
MC.
You didn't have the beats and stuff to be able to...
Right, I didn't have the beats. Like, I had the ideas, and I'm walking around, I got all these ideas in my head, and, I couldn't really get anything out. Like, it just was crazy. So, I just flipped it and was like, okay, well, I'm going to do a film. And, so in the film, for those of you that's not familiar with the story, it goes like this. Job is a righteous man. He loves God. God has given him everything. He's got a great family. In the actual Bible, he's got a lot of livestock and stuff like that, which back then, that was your wealth back then. So, he had everything. So one day, God and the devil have a conversation, and God says to the devil, yo, what do you think about my guy Job? And the devil says, look, you give him everything. Of course, he's going to praise you. If you take everything from him, I guarantee he'll shit on you. So God says, all right, take everything from him, and watch him still praise my name. The devil goes and kills his whole family, takes everything from him, everything, and Job still praises God. God comes back to the devil. So, what you think of my boy Job now? The devil says, look, man, that's easy, taking stuff from him, but if you put bodily harm on him, I guarantee he will definitely, surely curse your name. So God says, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to let you do what you do. Go set it on him. Don't kill him, though. You better not kill him, but you can do whatever you want to his body. So the devil put all these sores on Job's body. Job didn't die, but he wished that he was dead. He never cursed God. He cursed his own self, who he was or whatever. Right. And then God ended up coming and checking that whole situation, and then he rewarded him 7 times over, in the end. So basically,
that's the Bible. That's the actual Bible version.
That's the actual Bible version.
For people who don't know, because there might be non-religious people out here listening.
Right, absolutely.
So what did you do to it? Because you
so what we did, we made it modern. We made it modern and relatable. Job is a rapper. He's a rapper. He's into Christ, so his faith is steadfast. God has provided him with he got a beautiful fiance, baby on the way. Just a lot of things, and
so his livestock is what? He got a record deal and has a lot of money.
Yeah, he got some money. He just signed. Right. He got some money.
Cool.
So Mims, who sings "This Is Why I'm Hot," very good friend of mine. Matter of fact, that's my brother. He shout out to him. He plays God in the film, and I play Lucifer, the devil. And our chemistry is so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like,
yeah, I was really entertained by that. I really enjoyed it, watching that. Like,
yeah, man, appreciate it, bro. So basically that was the dynamic that we were trying to do to make it modern. And it's a really dope film. It's actually out on DVD now. You could get that at Family Video, which is actually big.
Book of Job is on DVD, right? Okay.
Yeah,
so when it first came out, it was a web series, right? And then it got so much views and a lot of positive press and stuff. And
yeah.
So afterwards, you got the deal to put it out on DVD, right?
Yeah. We did it.
So tell them something funny from Book of Job, or some ill part of it. Don't give away too much, because I want people to go back and watch that, whether they get the DVD. Is it still on YouTube? So if they want to just check it.
I mean, it's on YouTube, but it's on YouTube private. I got it on.
Right. Okay. Because now you got the DVD out.
Yeah, but it's actually it's gonna. I guess we'll get to that later in the thing, but it's let me think, something funny in it.
Well, I like the arguments between you and Mims, or between God and the devil. The devil trying to be slick, and God always has that last punchline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, in part 1, Lucifer's running around with long hair. Like, I have I'm wearing a lace front. It's crazy.
Right. Like a pimp, basically.
Right. And the premise is that every time I go see God makes me take that shit off. He wants me to come to him with a bald head. So it's just you see the dynamic between God and the devil, and how God doesn't really pay the devil no mind, and the devil is so jealous of God. He's so jealous. He respects him, but he's just so jealous of him. I did a lot of research into who the actual devil is, because it's taboo coming up. Like, don't be doing that devil stuff. Don't be, but I always feel in order to beat your enemy, you need to know your enemy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I did a lot of research into who the devil was, who Lucifer was, and you'd actually be surprised if you actually really do your research and see who he was. He was a very charismatic guy. He led the choir in heaven. He was very musically inclined. That's why he uses music to reach the youth.
Interesting.
Okay,
so that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense that he's actually an A&R in the thing. I thought that was very hilarious.
I was an A&R.
Right. Your commentary on the music business is coming through in your writing. You're like, okay, the devil, so he's an A&R. Okay, because a lot of people don't like the A&R, right?
Right. There's a little bit of
messing up the music or whatever.
Yeah, there's a couple little innuendos in it. You know what I mean? Also, you know, me making the devil be an A&R to get closer to Job so that Job can trust him. You know what I mean? Like you know, that just adds to the story. You know, it makes the story a little more interesting. But yeah, man, you know, and the whole premise behind that, the idea behind this thing was that the whole thing was going to be a web series. It was going to be set in one town. All these characters, they know each other. They're all mix and match. The next installment was going to be Cain and April, which is a spin of Cain and Abel, but we're flipping it and making it two sisters to show how women don't really have the camaraderie that they used to have. Yeah, so, you know, that, and then Samson and Delilah, and then David and Goliath, and then the final battle between God and the devil, which is Revelation. It was going to be a web series. I stopped because right after Book of Job 2, because, you know, all these killings were happening. They were killing, the police was killing kids in the street. So, you know, enter Thin Black Line. I wanted to do Thin Black Line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Bible Project after I talk about Thin Black Line.
Okay, good. I'm glad, because I think those have potential to be a nice series, you know.
Yeah.
So you had Book of Job 1 and Book of Job 2, though.
Right.
Part 1 and Part 2.
With every intention of moving on and doing the rest of the quote unquote web series. All of that halted when you know, I just got the idea to do something about the police brutality.
MCing